I've got a premonition, I'm dreaming you and I. All my darkest fears are coming outside. We got a billion races, we got this melody.
Hey guys, it's me, Holly Golightly. Welcome back to Perfumed Vegas. Just forewarning you, if you hear my computer making noise, I am updating software, so it might make noise. I actually have, though, another perfume haul. You know already from the title. This is where this is going. The sad thing is that when I had done the last haul and I said I wasn't going to be hauling anymore, I already had ordered some other stuff. So I knew that there was going to be another perfume haul. But other than one fragrance I'm waiting on from International, it's in customs right now. I'm going to do a separate video for that. No more buying. Like, I am like verboten. Okay, for buying. So let me show you what I've purchased in like literally the last 2 weeks. No, it just arrived in the last 2 weeks. Just came today. I got this package. This is from the House of Matriarch, and I just wanted to show you because House of Matriarch does really nice presentations with their boxes and their packaging. So it came looking like this, and then it was all up in here. Like, there's a bunch of stuff in here. So they always send along, like, little information things. This is not sponsored. I paid for this, by the way. I'm just sharing it with you. So they always send along little information things. They have like this really great kind of fragrance menu that shares the majority of their catalog. It's not everything, but it's most of it. A lot of the things that aren't in there, they'll send separate little information cards for. And then this is just an information about the house. And again, this is for Ghazal, which I actually really want to purchase, but I haven't. I didn't do that. So that's there. That information's there. Then they also sent a sample. I have gotten a sample every time I've ordered from them, so I think they send a sample with every order. This time I got the fragrance Bonsai, which is great because this is one of my favorite fragrances. I talked in a different video about how I like to use this when I have migraines. They also sent this magical mugwort sachet. So yeah, this is just to place around your home. You can put it in the bath if you want. You can use it on your pillow. You can put it in tea. You can use it as incense. You can put it in all sorts of different things. So it actually isn't scented. It's just a little pouch of mugwort to use as you'd like. That's so cute. And then the perfumes I purchased are in their own separate little box. They come in the box in sleeves. This is the travel size, and I picked up the scent Forbidden, which you can't see because of my ring light, sorry. I've talked about this in other videos though. It's one of my favorites. It's like a super unique absinthe and white floral fragrance. Saying online, I put on Instagram, I was just gonna have to eventually break down and buy a full bottle. And then I also got Kephera, and this is like an incensey, smoky, woody, dark scent. But the unique thing about this is that when the batch was created, it was buried. It's like it's a burial fragrance. It sounds morbid, but it's actually not. It's meant to impart holiness and the spirit moving and transitioning from one phase of existence to the next. So it's a really beautiful fragrance, and I had wanted to give it, I haven't ever tried it, but I wanted to try it because it was included in the Earth Day sale, which was 42% off all products with cannabis in them. I decided to give it a shot. So yeah. I've always been very happy with the House of Matriarch products that I have purchased. I've been very happy with the company I've been very happy with the company as a whole. I've worked with them in the past, and I also continue to purchase on my own. But the fragrances are top-notch quality. They're like the premier niche indie house in America. And they're always so good. They're so well done, and they are pricey, but they also have sales often, very often, as well as you can get points on their website to apply to discounts towards purchases. So highly recommend you check out House of Matriarch if you're a fragrance fan, especially if you're into niche and scents that are unique. So the rest of these are also, a lot of them, a lot of these, where can I put this? Oh, we'll just have to reach. A lot of these also come from other indie houses, indie niche, because the distinction to me from indie and niche blurs a lot, but when I think of an indie brand, I think of someone who's kind of very much on like a small scale, and they're all kind of niche because for the most part, they're only doing the one thing. It really, like, the line kind of blurs, so I'll use the term indie and niche interchangeably, just so you know. This is from the brand Ghost Ship Scentporium. They're based out of Chicago. I saw this brand being talked about by someone on Instagram, and I went to the brand's Instagram. And when I was on there, I saw that they had a fragrance that really, oh my God, my hair, that's my hair. I saw that they had a fragrance that really jumped out at me, and you'll see why in a minute. If you followed me for a little while, you'll see why in a minute. So it came in this really beautiful box, and then inside the box, it was also, there was other stuff in there, but it's gone now. It's also in this little velvet drawstring pouch. And then the scent is the Eau de Magritte, and this is part of their series that she's doing for artists, combining art and olfactory, and this is the first, I think the first run. As far as I'm aware, these will change eventually, like they're not going to be the same artists forever, so if you are interested in specific artists, I'll have the link for it down below so you can check it out. But this is a fragrance that has, so literally I just went to the website to look at the notes for Eau de Magritte, and there's already new artists that have been added. So yeah, definitely I'll have it linked below, and go check out the Ghost Ship Scentporium if you love art and you want to combine it with fragrance. Right now it looks like they have Eau de Paris, Eau de Rockwell, Eau de Klimt, Eau de Rembrandt, Eau de Van Gogh, two different Eau de Van Goghs, Eau de Van Gogh 1 and 2, Eau de Sargent, Eau de Magritte, Eau de Picasso, and Eau de Monet. So Eau de Magritte is, of course, pipe tobacco, black tea, and patchouli. And it's like super cologne-y. It's not a very feminine fragrance, but it's just rich and deep and slightly watery, and it really does evoke the feeling that I think that Magritte probably felt when he was living his life, like with the experiences in his life, as well as combining it with Ceci n'est pas une pipe. Dua is next. Dua. I got a new fragrance from Dua. Dua. They have expanded, I think, because this shipped out of California to me, and also the packaging is new, and I'll show you. Anyway, it opens up like this now. It's basically the same otherwise, but it's just a little bit more like hefty duty. I like it. Again, they had a sale, and so I'm kind of just going through my wish list now. I like put a bunch of fragrances that I either didn't want to buy in their regular version, or I did put some of their originals, and I also just put a bunch of different things that interested me. But this was new. They had released this fairly recently, and this is Dark Angelica, and it is the Dua It's their interpretation of Guerlain's Angelique Noir, and I own Angelique Noir, but I've showed it in my bottle in videos before, and it's quite old. I've had it for a long time, so the fragrance itself has degenerated a bit. So I wanted to be able to have the fragrance, like the fresher version of the fragrance, and especially like to layer to really make it pop. They do a good job. I'm impressed by their products, and it is really nice longevity. I actually put this on, and I put a couple of other fragrances on at the same time. They all came in at once, and I just put them all on. And the Dark Angelica outlasted everything else. So I'm not going to say what the other ones are because I don't want to bash anyone, but but yeah. So that was Dua Dark Angelica, and I put a poll up on my community tab. Yes, which I have by the community tab. I know I'm pretty excited. That's like all I care about. To see if anybody's interested in comparing the Dark Angelica to Angelique Noir, because I know it gets some hype. So go there and let me know if that's something you would want to see. I might do it anyway just because I do what I want. That's why. And then let's see. Oh my gosh, I have so many from indie brands, from niche houses. I just like, I don't know what happened. It was like all the niche stuff showed up at once. The next ones. So this was a blind buy. It was an international purchase, so I was kind of like, eh. But there is some backstory here as well. I have stories for all the perfumes I buy, so I'm sorry about that. I had seen on Fragrantica, they did an article about Theodoros Kalotinis and the new release from that fragrance house, which is an indie niche house in Crete, and they were talking about Jasmine of Athens, which was their newest release. And I was really interested because I love the smell of jasmine, and I love Greece. I love Athens. I love Greece. I traveled there when I was younger, and I have so many good memories of Greece. So I decided to check it out, and it was also convenient that with the release of this fragrance, Fragrantica had a 30% off coupon code that you could use. I don't know if it's still valid. I don't think it is, but it was Fragrantica 30, and it was good for 30% off the entire Theodoros Kalotinis website. And so I picked up Jasmine of Athens, of course. I love this. Okay, this is so good. It's just a beautiful, realistic jasmine. It's not indolic. It's sweet and blooming. And it reminds me so much. It does. It reminds me of Athens. The scent notes are vanilla, jasmine absolute, and tiare blossom. It's just got this like super unique touch on jasmine. I just feel like, yeah, if you like a jasmine fragrance, I highly recommend it. But because the website offers free shipping on purchases over 100 euros, I'm like, I'm getting a discount and I could get free shipping. So why not throw some other things in there? So I grabbed Coffee Addict, which I'd heard about on Paula Bianca's channel. I'll link her video about this fragrance down below. And I had it, like, it was one of those things where it's like, I would love to try that, but I wasn't going to run out and purchase it. But since I was already buying, I decided to get it. And then I really couldn't decide what between like all the other fragrances on the website. So I decided to just be playing it safe, and I picked up the Vanilla Eau de Toilette. It's just a very straightforward, soft, clean vanilla, if that makes any sense, because I don't generally like vanilla heavy fragrances because the vanilla is like so sweet and it kind of just makes me a little nauseous. But the Vanilla Eau de Toilette is just patchouli, vanilla, and caramel, and the patchouli really grounds it and makes it earthier so that it's not overwhelmingly sweet. And it actually wears quite well for an Eau de Toilette. smells beautiful, and it wears really well for an eau de toilette. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. So, and then Coffee Addict is such a photorealistic coffee fragrance. It's cacao, vanilla, caramel, and coffee. But I don't get much of the caramel. I just get a very rich coffee, and then sweetened up, like if you had like a bit of vanilla syrup that you put into your black coffee, and then a little bit of a hint of chocolate just to give a little bit of flavor. It's beautiful. I'm slightly in love with these fragrances. Like, I've been wearing them a lot. I am slightly obsessed with them. I definitely want to pick up some more from the brand. So yeah. Not now. I'm obviously trying to go on a no-buy, but in the future, for sure. So those three came from Theodoros Kalotinis in Greece. And then the last niche that I got was from Bourbon French Perfumes. I did another order for Mother's Day because they had a free gift, and it's this little perfume bottle. It's so pretty. It's a little glass perfume bottle with a dabber style. Let's take it out. So this little perfume vial, this was a free gift with a purchase over $39. It came with a sample of Damask Rose, and it's just a beautiful little glass vintage style perfume bottle. It's so pretty. It's not very big. There's not a lot of room, but it would be perfect to decant like the little sample into, and then you've got the little dabber style nozzle. It's quite small, so you would definitely want to make sure that you had something to decant that with. I wanted the free gift. God, let's be real. Coupons for free shipping or free gifts with purchase mean more to me than any like money off ever will. I will like buy anything. So the fragrances that I picked up are one from the men's selection. There is two different selections in the website. There's men's and women's, as well as some different options. And there are different fragrances on both sides, which I didn't know the first time that I ordered, but I do now. And I picked up the travel cologne of Dosan from the men's. It's all unisex, but this is described as a complex fragrance with an oud base note complemented with hints of bergamot, vanilla, patchouli, and leather. And it's not a heavy oud note. It is an eau de toilette, so if you got it in the perfume scent, it probably, or the, not perfume scent. If you got this in the perfume, you might get more of the oud. But in the eau de toilette or eau de cologne, which I think this is an eau de cologne, you get, it's a fresher sort of fragrance. It's definitely got a leather presence, but also the bergamot and vanilla are very, very, very present. It could also be because I totally sprayed that right on top of the vanilla eau de toilette, but I really like it. It's not overly masculine. It's definitely unisex, genderless. It's a pretty fragrance. And I could have chosen, there's so many I could have chosen. They do offer sample sets. Bourbon French offers sample sets, like pre-made sample sets, and I really thought about getting one of those, but I just like to choose my own, so that's what happened. The next section, I also got a few more roller balls. Again, these are eau de toilettes, travel eau de toilettes. I don't know why the women's come in roller balls and the man one came in a spray, but it doesn't really bother me. These are also light that the difference is negligible in the actual scent when you've applied it on your skin. So for the fragrances, I picked up the scent Cameo Noir, which is described as just a woodsy blend. I'm not really sure what I'm smelling with this one. It's not my favorite that I've gotten from the house. It's a bit more vintage feeling. There's like a licorice, woody licorice kind of note. So there could be something like Wormwood in there. And there is like a green kind of note, but there's something sort of powdery and vintage about it as well. So not really 100% sold on this yet, but I really haven't worn these off like really very much at all, so I will give it time. And the next one that I got was Quadroon. I got the Quadroon travel because what had happened was I opened the soap that I had purchased previously. I'll link that somewhere. And I smelled it, and the same smell was so faint, but it was very, very pretty and very, very, like, woody and sexy. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't get a chance to figure out what this smells like. So Quadroon is described as a deep, warm spice with a woody base notes, including sandalwood, amber, and vetiver. Mid notes are jasmine, carnation, clove, and bergamot with a delicate cherry blossom top note. And that's the part that's the most unique. This is beautiful. I did not smell any of the florals in the soap when I was sniffing it. I only got the deeper wood and amber notes. But you can really smell that sort of soft, powdery cherry blossom, but it's not the weird, like, synthetic cherry blossom, like Bath and Body Works cherry blossom. I really don't like that at all. It's just a nice, soft, powdery floral, and then definitely I get carnation. I love carnation. I love carnation in fragrances. I think I've mentioned that before, but it's gorgeous. So Quadroon is gorgeous. I love it, and I'm glad that I did go ahead and buy the perfume as well. And then the last one from Bourbon French, I picked up Voodoo Love, and this is a little bit separate from the collections, the men's and women's. It's like its own thing because it's considered like unisex, or it's just for anyone. But the Voodoo Love fragrance says Marie Laveau became known as the most powerful voodoo queen in the world. This deep, earthy fragrance is a recreation of the special potion Marie Laveau gave to her favorite clients so they'd gain the object of their affections. I don't know about gaining the object of your affections, but this is a very sexy fragrance. Oh, that's not a cute look. This is a sexy. Out of these three, I would absolutely purchase Quadroon and Voodoo Love in the perfume, the bigger, more expensive perfumes. Cameo Noir, I have to play around with a little bit. And then also the men's Dosan, I really like that as well. So they were pretty much all hits from Bourbon French. Once again, bravo. I love the style of perfumery here. Like the very French way. I don't know. Again, like I said, I don't know that it's like a French style, but just the way that it's done and has been done for a while with this brand, I really enjoy it. And then the final things, there are more. There's two more things, and these are both designer fragrances I did pick up that I wanted to smell them. I wanted to try them. The first one, so I picked up from Hermès, from their Jardin collection, Un Jardin après la mousson, and it is a garden after the monsoon. This is one I actually had been eyeballing for a while. It says, Hermès celebrates India and sees it in unusual light with the creation of Un Jardin après la mousson. This eau de toilette carries us to Kerala after the monsoon rains, offering the experience of a singular moment in time marked by nature's rebirth. I saw a lot of reviews saying that this was similar to Un Jardin sur la Nile, but sweeter. It looks like this. It's gorgeous. It's actually gradient from like yellow, green, and blue. I don't think that it's sweet. I mean, maybe Sur la Nile is very dry, but this one is not sweet at all in my opinion. It's quite earthy though. Whereas the other fragrances from the Jardin line that I've tried are fresh. I've tried Mediterranean, Montsélie, Sur la Toile, and I own Sur la Lagune. Those are all, if they all feel fresh, like they all feel very, like there's air motion happening. This feels damp. This feels earthy. And it's very different to the others in the line, I think, in my opinion. I do not know if this is still like on the market or if it is discontinued. I picked this up for a pretty good price off of a discount website. I can't remember which one, but I did notice that when I was looking for it, it was either marked unavailable or it was quite expensive on a lot of the usual haunts. So yeah, I also don't think that they do this in the bottles, but the only bottle I have that I've purchased is a 1 ounce, so maybe it's just that. But anyway, I was a little nervous because when I got this one at the same time as I got a bunch of these others, like all came at once, and I had sprayed this on me and it smelled funny. But after I gave it like a day or two and I tried it again, it's just a really beautiful, earthy, wet kind of smelling fragrance. So if you don't like that, don't just avoid this. Stay with some of the others. Sur la Nile is probably the better option then. But yeah, so Un Jardin après la mousson is definitely a unique, fresh take, and I will be wearing this in the coming months. And then the last one I got was also one that was really random. Like, I just decided to get it one day. Like, that random. When I was browsing on FragranceNet or FragranceBuy.ca, one or the other, I'm not sure, I saw this fragrance, and sorry, this is a Nick Goutal Rose Pompon Eau de Parfum. There is an Eau de Toilette version, and there's also a new release of this that's in a different type of bottle. I do not know if there's like a reformulation or if it's a totally different like version or what. But anyway, I had seen this on the website and I was like, oh, Rose Pompon. And I couldn't stop saying Rose Pompon in my head. Like, it just got stuck there. And so what ended up happening was I decided to buy the scent. And I was looking at the difference between the Eau de Parfum and the Eau de Toilette, because the Eau de Toilette has a really pretty gradient, like pink and white and red bottle. But it did seem like it was more of a fruity fragrance, whereas this is more of a rosy, sweet fragrance. And I knew for a fact that I did not want the reformulation or the new version because I really like this little dangly thing. Anyway, all that to say, this is not anything like groundbreaking or unique. It's like another fruity, sweet, jammy sort of rose, but I really, really like it, and I really like the bottle, and I really like the name, and it's just fun, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. So, now we are done with the current. We're up to date. We're current on fragrances that I've received. Like I said, I'm waiting on one more. It too is coming from abroad, and when it gets in, I'll probably just do a video to that one as well, because I'll do a review as well as like an unboxing. But yeah, I'm really excited to see it. I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know, of course, I'm happy to do reviews on any of these fragrances if you would like. Just let me know which ones you would want to hear about in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram if you want sneak peeks of fragrances that I've purchased or that I've received, because I often post unboxings or scent of the day video or scent of the day pictures with new perfumes that I haven't showed on YouTube yet. Otherwise, if you are a new subscriber, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for following and joining me and just coming into Perfume Vegas and hanging out. And for my returning subscribers, of course, I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you for being there. Ride or die, right? I'm sending out lots of warm wishes to you, and I will see you on the next video. Bye! Welcome back. As you can see, I was like getting done. I'm done. I recorded my haul. So, remember how in my Sephora haul, I talked about how hideous the Oise Livre Eau de Toilette is? I returned it, and the Kaali one, I forgot to show you what I got instead. So you guys already saw or you will see maybe, I'm not sure what video's gone up when, but I did redeem the scent certificate that I got in the Oceanic set for the replica Sailing Day. I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer. I actually really liked the Skylar Salt Air fragrance. I liked the fragrance a lot, but it was an eau de toilette as well, and it just didn't last as long. It really didn't last. And then the others weren't, I just didn't really care for them. So I actually returned the two fragrances and then applied the credit towards this one. This is Replica's Coffee Break. And I had tried this a couple of months ago when it was first released. I sniffed it at the Sephora inside Caesar's Palace, right after they lifted the lockdown restrictions and things were open again. And at the time I was I kind of was iffy on it. Just so you know, look at this. The boxes don't come the way they used to. The bottles don't come with those weird little cylindrical caps on them anymore. Anyway, but I had where I couldn't stop thinking about it. It happened again, where it was I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I ended up picking up Replica Coffee Break. I really love it. It has almost no coffee, in my opinion, and a lot of lavender, so be warned if that's not your thing. I love it, though. It's so soft. It's a very soothing fragrance. So anyway, I forgot about that one. I'm really sorry. Now the actual video has ended, so I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!
We're running in the jungle of love.